All right, I figured you missed me, so I'm back. G is on the scene. All right, our first lecture here for New York State government, the legislative branch. All right, anybody ever been to Albany? Quick question for you there. Albany, our state capital. All right, so the legislative branch is the lawmaking body of New York State, located at our state capital in Albany. Here in my picture, we can see that is the state capitol building. If you've never been to Albany, not the nicest place you could ever go to, tell you the truth. This part, though, is kind of okay. It's the governmental area. This is probably the prettiest building we have in Albany. This is in downtown center part of Albany. If you ever been to SUNY Albany, that's right off the highway. It's a couple miles away from this area. All right, so the state capitol building houses the legislature. All right, so let me move on. This slide has been blank for years. Okay, so the New York State legislature is bicameral, just like the Congress. So what we did in the past, where we had U.S. Congress and the legislative branch, every government has three branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial. So right now we're in state government, New York State only, and it's located in Albany. And it is also bicameral. It has a New York State Senate and Assembly. Okay, let's move on to our next one. Hold on, G is seriously technically challenged, so I can't really get to slide 5 because my Chromebook isn't getting it done. All right, now I got it. All right, so our state Senate is the more powerful of the two branches of the legislative, two houses of the legislative branch. 62 members from roughly equally populated districts. Each member serves for 2 years. There's no term limits. So, for instance, your state senator, who we'll go over in a second, has been there for 30 plus years. Okay? How do you become a state senator? If you meet these requirements, you're a citizen of the U.S., you're 18, you live in New York State for at least 5 years, and you've been a resident of your district for 12 months, you are eligible to run for the state senate. Okay, so looking at this map, going back, and we're all good. So here we go. As you can tell from this slide, the 62 districts in the state are of crazy different size, because remember, it's based on roughly same amount of people. Whereas a place like New York City, all you're going to need is a few city blocks, and you'll have all the people you need for your state legislative representative. But when we go way up, I don't know if you guys could see the cursor on here, like number 45 or anything like that, you need massive amount of land area to cover the same amount of people. Okay, so down here, if you notice, there are 62 districts in New York State. The first 36 are in New York City and Long Island. The first 34. So the rest, 35 and up, take you through the rest of the state. So basically, half of the population of our state lives in New York City and Long Island, which renders the rest of the state of New York as the other half, which shows you the power that downstate New York has in government and in life in general. Okay. Our next one takes us to Long Island specifically. Okay. You guys are in the senatorial district number 1. In Suffolk County, we also have 2 and 3. And then part of Suffolk is in 4, and rest is Nassau. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All the rest of those are in Nassau County. Okay. Let's go over here. This is your state senator, Senator Ken Laval. This is going to be his last term. He is not running for office again, but he's been in for over 30 plus years. If you guys have ever been to SUNY Stony Brook, to the stadium there, you might have seen it. It's called Ken Laval Stadium. He was able to get the money to basically rebuild and enhance Stony Brook University. So they did him an honor and named the stadium after him. Okay. The other side, the New York State Assembly. 150 members from equally populated districts. Again, 2-year terms, same qualifications, 18, U.S. citizen, lived in the state for 5 years, resident of your district for 12 months. Okay, so if you live on the southern side of our school district, so if you're in Flanders, Riverside, Northampton, Hampton Bays, that area, the south side below the river, your first assembly district, you are the first assembly district, and your representative is Fred Teal. Okay, there's a little picture of it for you. If you're in Riverhead, Jamesport, Aquabog, Wading River, Calverton, Baiting Hollow, you're in the second assembly district, and your rep is Anthony Palumbo. He is going to be moving on soon next year, and you guys will be voting in November for who is going to take his place. Okay, here we have the second assembly district on the map. All right. And that takes us pretty much to the end of our first PowerPoint on the legislative branch of New York State. So hopefully you guys understand that a little bit and it helped you. I'm going to have some questions that follow this, so just do the questions and email them to me, all right? Thanks. Have a great day. See you soon, maybe. Bye-bye. Jess?